Welcome everyone to the live Zoom Survivor reunion show. We've just had the finale. It has all come to an end, and we're here with some of the cast. We've got Hannah, Anna, Josh, Hugo, Dante, Tara, Cambry, Laura, Jessica, and I think James, hidden away somewhere. Is it just me that can't see James?
Nope, it's everyone.
No, I can't see him.
I can't see him.
I
can't see him either.
He's as much screen time as his time on the actual show. But thank you everyone for tuning in. Feel free to drop a question in the question box. We've got a bunch lined up. We're going to be answering a bunch of stuff about the show, about tonight's finale, and everything else. So feel free to get more questions in. How is everyone? 8 months later, almost.
Don't say that. That'll cause an existential crisis. Don't say 8 months. That's fucked.
No, I think it's been almost 7 since it ended.
Really?
Far out. It's been such a long time.
It really has.
James is re-entering. And congratulations. Obviously, we have to start by congratulating Hugo on winning.
Yeah, mad.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Okay, yeah, cheers. Thank you.
Hugo, how does it feel? Congratulations.
Oh, it feels great. A while has passed since it happened, but very, very happy, very happy. It's a really good time.
It's only been a few short months. Someone said in the chat, Anna's bangs need their own moment. So welcome also to Anna's bangs. And Jack is now entering as well.
Jack, an icon.
Where are you going?
Jack, one of the stars of tonight's finale. We had a few teary eyes in the chat during your moment today, Jack.
Am I vertical?
Yeah.
What was the question? I still don't know how to use Zoom. Hi. What?
Oh, there's no real question. I was just saying there was a few teary eyes watching your departure in tonight's episode.
Oh,
dramatic departure.
Yeah, I saw it on the story. I was like, wait, what did I say again? And then I looked at it. I was like, no way. I was that vulnerable. Wow.
Do you still think that was the right decision to essentially quit and sacrifice yourself for...
I mean, yes and no, in terms of I wish I stood up for myself a lot better. I think I've developed a characteristic where I do stick up for myself more often now, but I think that was a pretty impressive top 3. You can't disagree. That was a really good top 3. So,
yeah. That was tense. I forgot how intense that was.
How do I see all of you?
Speaking of tense, Laura, you had quite a bit to say in that Java Council. You were feisty.
Really, I'm a bit of a bitch when I'm sad. Sorry.
You really came for Polly, but I don't remember kind of seeing any kind of tension between you and Polly. What was that kind of aggression fueled by?
I think I just got frustrated towards the end with just what people were saying, and I don't know, people wanted to win, but also we're just kind of bullshitting their way to the end. And I just got frustrated by it, I think. So yeah, I was just gunning for everyone because everyone else was gunning for everyone else anyway, so it didn't matter. Sorry.
Someone in the chat side note just said, is it just me or does Hugo look like Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon?
Oh, yes. Oh my God.
Yes.
Guys, also, how is Josh cuter than he was 8 months ago?
Oh,
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't do it to me. Push him away.
Well, speaking of which, should we cut to the chase and get to one of the most anticipated topics of the evening? Probably the second most requested question I got was Laura and Josh. You guys sparked up a little something sweet on the show. It's been 6 months. Where are you guys at now? Did anything come of the romance?
Well, I did once leave my father's birthday dinner to go visit Josh at work.
She did.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was it was really sweet.
Yeah,
You popped in and she's like, I left my dad's birthday dinner. I was like, oh. That was a really nice gesture. But
yes, But no, Josh and I are just friends, despite how I secretly feel about him. No, I'm kidding. Nah, just friends. Josh is
Yeah.
lovely, and I have
Right
found
back at
a
Josh.
new love.
You what?
Have found a new love.
Could it be the person sitting right next to you?
What? That is a crazy assumption, Theo. No, I'm actually currently at Nick's house. So
Oh, congratulations, but
Hey,
rest
Nick.
in peace. F's in the
this is
chat
Nick,
for
sorry.
Hello.
real loss. Hey Nick.
It feels weird. You're all celebrities to me.
Stop it. You can get my autograph later.
Dante, you're the least likely he would want an autograph from.
Yeah. I just wonder, are you still an Animal Crossing addict? And when can I come visit your island?
Look, I have not played it in about 2 months, maybe 3. So
Feels.
Another way Dante has disappointed us.
Shocker.
what number is this now? Like 84?
Actually, quite a few of those little job subtitles I noticed have should have been changed, since Laura is now employed. Dante is no longer an Animal Crossing addict. Anna dropped out, is no longer a law student.
Tara got into law.
Ooh, congratulations. Tara is no longer a school captain.
Wow, that was kind of harsh.
Well, while we're on topic of dramatic relationships, one of the most requested topic that we got in the question box was 2 people who had a relationship in the show, which one could describe as very tumultuous, very up and down, which was Hugo and Anna. One of the most dominant duos. They went from friends to enemies to friends to who knows what in that last tribal council. Anna came for Hugo. The comments were going off. And the question is, what is the relationship of Hugo and Anna 6 months down the track?
I don't think we've talked for 6 months, so hi.
Yeah, we haven't talked for 6 months. Kind of just awkward in the air. I don't know if I like it or not.
So there's no friendship there.
Nah, well, no, I didn't say no. I'd say we're on good terms, but it's not like we're actively talking to each other.
Yeah.
So I don't really think we can. Yeah, we're on good terms.
Yeah.
We just got a sad face in the chat. And welcome to James, who has finally showed his face after trying to connect. You what?
To use my browser, it wasn't letting me use the Zoom app.
Oh. Name a more iconic first boot than James, to be honest, at the moment. So let's jump. Actually, no, I did have a question for the people that weren't in the final tribal council but saw it. So like Tara, Hannah, who would you guys have voted for if given the opportunity to?
I don't know, to be honest. I genuinely don't know. I'm happy that Hugo won, but like, yeah.
I don't know. It would have been out of Polly or Dante.
Oh.
I don't know who though. Probably
Oh.
Dante. I don't know. Oh wait, I don't know. No.
Well, that brings us to a good point. One of the hot topics of the tribal council was the Hannah blindside. I would say probably the second most brutal, only following Tara's awkward vote out. Hannah, 6 months later, how do you feel about that blindside? Are you still salty at Hugo? Did you make up? Did you ever get over it?
I got over it, and then I rewatched it, and then I was kind of like, and then I got over it again. So I'm fine.
But you still wouldn't vote for it?
No.
Over it.
I'm over the blind side, but like out of Polly and Dante, like yeah, I wouldn't go.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate Dante's iconic speech then?
Oh, shut up.
I was like this the whole time going, oh my god.
The way that my friends were laughing at me.
Did you write these or did you just
You
make
just
it
made
up?
it up on the spot. Did
I
you?
literally did. I want to point that out. I tried to make a speech and I'm like, this isn't working. I can't. I procrastinate everything. So you know what? Period.
All right, well, let's jump into some of the questions we've got. And if anyone watching has a question they want to submit, feel free to just drop it in the chat box. This first one is a very broad one just for everyone. And it says, are all the players friends now after the show, or is there tension and awkwardness? What is the vibe?
Can I just go first? I got really close to Anna. I think she's one of the nicest people ever. And Hannah is so sweet, but I did get some tension with like Dante at like one point in that group chat. I apologize for that, Dante. It wasn't me. It was my friend. It was not nice.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
Dante?
Yeah, look. I'm friends. I'd like to think I'm friends with most of these people. Well, with everyone. I haven't really talked to James. You know, sorry. I mean, if you want to message James. And
I haven't talked to anyone, man. It's fine.
Yeah, pretty much everyone. You know, a decent amount. You know, played a little bit of Among Us with Josh. You know, hung out with Anna and Jess as well. Jack, I've bitched about everything in my life too. You know, Laura, I hate. Yeah.
Hate is a very strong word, Dante. Far out.
Laura, I'm secretly in love.
I actually told Dante something that I had not told anyone. Anyone.
Thank you for reminding me.
Not a single
because
person.
I'd forgotten to
And
bring
then
this up.
he goes and tells the whole of the Zoom Survivor fan base.
Dante, would you like to share?
Look, kind of not my place to say it, therefore I will say it. I'm kidding, Laura. Do you want me to say it?
Wait, are we like saying it?
Okay, wait.
What is it?
Move on for 1 second while I message Laura. You know.
It's all right. Well, basically, I spoke to him and he said it's fine because he thinks it's hilarious. But Jacob and I got a bit drunk one night and ended up making out in an elevator.
Oh.
The only person I told was Dante. Just because, I don't know, it was very, I couldn't tell, like I didn't want to tell my friends because like they didn't know Jacob and they wouldn't understand like the irony of it.
Yeah.
So the real Zoom Survivor romance that we overlooked.
Yeah, but the way that you thought it was me and Laura, and then I was like, literally never. No offense, Laura, but never.
So bad, no. Yeah.
Like, even if I was drunk, I'd probably hit you across the face or something, you know?
Yeah. But Jacob kind of like didn't recall like it properly, and then Dante like outed us, and Jacob messaged me and was like, "Oh my god,
have you hooked up with
I remember."
anyone?
Oh my god, he's like, "You should have told everyone. That would have been so funny." And I was like, I didn't know would be happy for me to tell him, but now I know he is. So it's a thing. It happened, and we've moved past it.
It is. Keyword, it is a thing.
Was.
Not it was a thing. It currently still is a thing. Does Nick know about this?
I'm cheating on you with Jacob. No.
At least it's not Dante.
Anyways, moving on.
Yeah.
Ruby in the chat said, good on you, Laura.
Apparently it's just like the J name, you know?
Yeah. Losh is no longer a thing. Who would have thought?
Naked. Oh wait, that's my neck doesn't sound
naked.
It's a link.
What?
I'm actually sober for the first time ever.
Okay. Sure.
So this is a very random question that I'm not really sure of the context of, but it was directed at everyone and it was from Anonymous. Why did everyone hate Tara and Brooke so much?
I loved Brooke.
I had nothing against Tara or Brooke. So I was just sitting there when everyone was hating on Tara. I was like, wait, why do we hate her again? Like, I was confused, but I don't know.
Tara and I got heated over like the whole Cold Rock t-shirt thing.
It was funny. Like,
It was. And I was like peeved because I was right and you were wrong. But
Okay.
Oh, no.
No.
I'm feeling so. But
I think Tara was just like protecting her tribe though. Like I didn't see it as a
but I mean so was I. Like we were both
yeah, but
doing
so
the
were
same
you.
thing.
So you were kind of just defending us and Tara was defending her tribe and it just kind of clashed. But it wasn't anything personal, I don't think.
No, it wasn't at all.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mm.
Brooke was so funny though.
That was the
I
problem.
loved Brooke.
That's why I wanted to get rid of Brooke. I didn't hate Brooke, but from the get-go, Laura and Brooke were talking in like the first meeting and like laughing with each other, and I was like,
Yeah,
I don't want these
uh-oh.
people getting on. I want Brooke gone.
I just
So
want to go get drunk with it. That's it.
True. Throw back to the second challenge where you're both just like in that middle ground section, just drinking together.
Those
Then-
first few episodes, I was so drunk.
Okay, this is a question for everyone, and it was, who do you think played the best game?
Anna.
Anna.
Hugo.
Anna,
I
definitely.
agree, Anna.
And
I didn't know why, but-
even though Anna was knocked out 8th and say Hugo came first.
Polly and Hugo.
Yeah.
I believe Anna was playing the best game, and then I would say the best game came down to the top 3, because that's why that was my problem with Anna. I think at the time she was definitely playing a game ahead of everyone, and that's why she had to go. But I think at the end it probably stands to the final 3, because that's like the whole objective of Survivor, getting to the end.
Mm.
I just want to say, you're wrong, Hugo. It's like the final 2. Like, you two played an amazing game, whereas I literally was.
No, don't say that. No, I'm not accepting this. I'm not accepting this. You played a great game. You made it to the end.
Dante, you don't get to the end by luck, man.
Dragged me there, though. It was either me or Jack.
Well,
let's be real. It was either me or Jack. Anyways, moving on.
So I know someone's just said in the chat 3 times, and I haven't picked it up. They just said, Angeline Camilleri, how old is everyone? It's the random fun little question.
I'm 18. I just turned 18, so
Okay.
I'm 20. I'm old.
I'm 64. Guys, that's when you
That's good.
I'm waiting for someone to go next. It's like a circle thing, but I don't know who's going next. So.
But
okay, I knew that was gonna happen. Yeah.
I'm 16. I'm only 16.
Oh yeah.
I'm
18.
I'm 17.
Go.
I hate this.
I'm
Oh,
18.
18. Oh,
I'm 18.
yeah. Whatever. I'm the car.
I'm disappeared because my screen just went off, so I couldn't see anyone. But
Yeah, I don't know where you went. I thought you like ducked away. I was like, okay.
can you
Yeah,
see me?
No.
No.
No, we can't.
Can you see
Theo
my background?
disappeared.
Or just
No.
am I black?
Yeah, no, you're not there.
Okay.
Oh, now I can.
Am I back? Okay, well, just ignore me. But the next question was, what was the worst move of the entire game? Worst individual move?
My speech.
I'm trying to remember what happened.
Trusting Hugo, probably, yeah.
Yeah, same.
Just kidding.
Wait, what? Why is Theo's screen like that?
I'm so sorry. I did not know. Can you see
Okay,
me?
there he is.
You
Oh,
can see me?
there he is.
Are you standing up?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I cannot see that screen. Ah,
You're on there, Theo.
it's just black.
Yes.
This is kind of weird now.
Laura or Dante, can you say something funny so people can laugh?
Yeah,
Oh, so can you
exactly.
like entertain?
This is like
Can I-
your.
Can I ask Hugo a question?
Yes, do it.
I really want to know what you spent your money on, Hugo. Like, I really want to know.
Well, it was nothing crazy. I had plans to like just put it into like my savings, but it really just went divided mainly among Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else I got with it. I didn't just get Uber Eats.
Just a bunch of little things.
Yeah, a bunch of little things. I spread it out across a while, and it was very nice because I didn't have shifts at work at the time, but I ended up just spending it all, which probably wasn't the best, but it made me happy. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, guys. Well, while Theo's off having a moment, let me tell you a story about Beano.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that sweet little innocent puppy dog. No, it was my brother's birthday. There was a bowl of jelly babies, lollies, on the table. We left the room and he thought, okay, I'll just climb on the table and eat the entire bowl of jelly babies. Here I am thinking my drunk brother ate them. But 12 a.m. that night, when I was in bed in my new sloth pajamas, and vomited on my whole jelly babies, I realized it was not my brother that ate the jelly babies. It was Bean. I then had to, at 12 in the morning, strip my bed, soak my sheets, and go and sleep on the couch. So I'm asleep on the couch. I'm wrapped up in a blanket and Beano is behind my legs. It's been 40 minutes. I fell asleep and I wake up to warmth on my legs because he's thrown up again in the blanket. So I'm lying in a pool of warm, whole, liquidy. It is now 1:30 in the morning and I have work at 8 a.m. It was not a fun night for me. And then I ended up having to sleep on one of the bad couches and go to work and be hungover and also just grumpy.
That is no good. Definitely not fun.
Okay, well, let's continue with questions. I don't know.
I thought that story was about Theo for a second.
Yeah, Theo.
Like Theo ate all the jelly babies.
On my shoulder.
Wait, is he?
I didn't
back?
because I didn't hear what you said. I thought you said Theo. I was like, why did Theo eat all the?
And vomit in her bed, and then on her couch in her blanket.
Guys, I'm back.
Yeah, exactly. Peculiar behavior.
Yeah.
What did I miss? What did you talk about?
Laura told us a story about how her dog like ate jelly babies and then like vomited on her.
Is that why it's called Beano?
No, because he's an albino.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's nasty.
He definitely said that. Beano's a little tiny dog. Do you remember in the intro? Do you remember the intro?
I have him tattooed on me.
Sorry. Oh wow, cute.
We have a couple of questions for the Americans, i.e. Cambry. The first one is, how hard was it for the Americans to stay in the game even though they were in a different time zone? Talk to us about that, Cambry. Was it difficult?
It got difficult, I think, just when like things in our state started getting like we had to start like going to cheer and like had like things we had to do because we were really tired. But I don't think it was so bad. I think Taya had it worse because Taya, like, she's not a night owl. She's like a morning person. But I would just stay up and then go to it. But it honestly, it wasn't so bad. I think we got used to it pretty fast.
I love looking at your like both your Instagrams because you actually live like such American lives. Like
literally.
Yes.
On that.
I know it's the whole Trump thing. We don't do that here. Not in our house.
Huh?
Like Taya's, I got Taya's postcard the other day, like her graduation thing. It only just came like 3 days ago. But like even the fact that like it was like her photo like as a cheerleader and stuff, my mum was like, "Wow, they really are American." I was like, "Yeah, Jane, they are." Like,
Classic Jane.
classic Jane.
And the other one was Cambry and Taya. Who would do the best if you were to play individually?
I'd say Taya. I think she's a little smarter than me. But I don't know. We're very different. So I might win in like, I don't know, being awake better. But Taya would win in pretty much everything else. I did win the lib thing, the cheer stance. So that's my only flex.
Aren't you the one that's doing like the extravagant like course, or like you want to be something very smart? Or is that Taya?
No, it's me. I do computer programming. But like social smarts, no, not me.
Very good. So this next one is everyone question. What was your favorite moment of the game? Or like a fun moment, a highlight?
Leaving.
I found it really funny watching it back when I got voted out. I was like, snakes. Like I feel like I was one of the most loyal people in that team, and everybody was like questioning what I was doing. And I'm like, I'm not that sneaky, trust me. Like, but that was really funny.
I love how you
that.
offered to call Brinley to like try and get him on your side, but then everyone else just took that as she's secretly talking to Brinley and they're working together.
No. Brinley kind of started annoying me because he used to send these egg streak things. He'd like eat eggs.
Egg streaks.
And they kind of like started annoying the shit out of me, so I blocked him.
Like Brinley, I love you, man. But what it is? Christ. Oh.
Anyone else with a highlight, favorite moment?
Look, when my mother came in and interrupted me. Yeah.
Wait, was that your mum? I thought that was your sister.
And then my mother in the final challenge as well. But you know, my family, interesting.
I feel like the moments when we were interrupted by family was actually just the funniest part.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of them that like didn't even make the series, but I remember them and they were so funny. Like, yeah, good times. Does anyone remember? Sorry, I was talking to Theo about it the other day and he doesn't remember it. But the final episode, like after the jury, after the vote, like Hugo won and we're about to say goodbye, and then my brother banged on my bedroom window.
Yeah, I remember that. That actually scared me. It was like a loud bang.
And then my dogs started attacking each other, so I ran out. You didn't remember it, and I was so disappointed.
I don't have a good memory, so
Clearly.
I'm sure it was hilarious.
It was.
Well, anyone else with the highlight? Everyone's like, no, it was just painful.
Yeah, I don't think that I've laughed harder all year than I did when Dante's sister entered the room and Dante just full went off at her. Like, I literally haven't laughed that hard in so long. So thank you, Dante's family, for making me laugh.
No, I thought the best moment was the egg on a spoon song.
Oh,
it really was.
It was like actually a really, really good song. Like, seriously. You just made it up on the spot. Like, how do you even do that?
Just please don't ask me to play it because I don't remember it.
I was about to say, do we need a reprise?
I know like the first line and that's it. So.
Josh, can you sing us Egg on a Spoon?
No, in what?
Sorry, I don't sing without my guitar.
So Laura might fall in love again.
Yeah, I don't want to do that to Nick. So
yeah, maybe don't.
Who knows? Maybe one day I'll record it and get it out into the world.
Yeah,
has not like gave me so much shit for that. That whole conversation.
The egg thing or something? Was it like Leech's eggs or something? Or I don't know, like Josh.
No,
Josh's rainbow eggs.
Completely
Rainbow
different
eggs.
Josh.
Whatever.
Anyway, so we just had a comment come through in the chat. Ruby said all we said, mainly for people in the jury, but after watching the whole show back, would you change your final vote?
No.
No.
I wouldn't. Yeah, no, I don't think I would. I think I voted with confidence. So yeah.
When I was watching it, I was like, ooh, I think it's obviously going to be a pretty clear Hugo win. But because the Americans, like they had like a couple of times where they would like stand up for Polly, I was like, oh, are they about to flip and go for Polly? And that's where I thought could be the potential switch. Canberra, how close were you guys to voting for Polly? And also, was there ever any times where you and Theo would disagree on something, but because there's two of you, you'd have to like, how do you decide who? Yeah.
Yeah, we disagreed a lot actually. I think that we kind of like if we couldn't figure out what we wanted to do, it's pretty bad, but we would like ask Hugo what he was thinking because we knew that he would have a good idea.
The final vote. Hugo, who should we vote for to win? Dante.
I think at the end, like when it came to like down to like Polly and Hugo and Dante, I think we were just trying to be really nice because I think we said something like kind of mean to Polly and we felt bad, so we were trying to like back her up, but we knew we were going to vote for Hugo the whole time.
Right. And Dante has to leave us, so goodbye, Dante.
Unfortunately, I'm so sorry. I love you all.
Bye.
Thanks, iconic third
You
place.
fucking bitch, Dante. Little bitch.
Bye, Dante.
He's gone, just like that.
He was out.
Yikes.
So Rhiannon Winter said, does anyone regret who they chose to be in an alliance with? So, and also now knowing more about the people, would you choose to have aligned with someone different?
I just want to quickly bump in and say, because Rio is my mate, go to fuck to bed, Rio. What the fuck? Sorry, that was my little script. Go back to Leon.
Yes.
Sorry.
Anyone?
I don't.
Times that yes, they all turned on me.
I don't know. I don't have any.
I'm
regrets,
actually.
but-
Oh, sorry.
sorry.
You go, Josh.
I was gonna say I don't regret like who I worked with, but I low-key wish I talked to Brindley more because like I like never really spoke to him, and I kind of wish that like we worked together a bit more. And it's funny, when in the live thing tonight, when Brindley spoke in the final vote, and Jack's like, "Wait, Brindley talk." I'm like, I actually forgot what he sounded like, so it was like kind of nice to hear his voice again.
I think
That's hearing his voice. I was like, oh my god, that's what he sounds like.
I think James had more airtime than Brindley, and he was out first vote. Yeah, speaking of Brindley, that was one thing I was always thinking about is he was just kind of like a sitting duck, just like waiting to be used. And instead of like trying to work with him, everyone was just like, how do we try and get his idol out of him and vote
had
him
that
out and
idol,
manipulate
man.
him? Until, of course, the second merge vote when Anna scooped him up. But was just no one interested? Why was no one interested in Brindley? What was
Because his internet connection was shit and you couldn't hear what he was fucking saying half the time. You can't work with someone if you can't communicate.
I actually thought that Brindley was easy to like manipulate in a way because he was really trustworthy and like really like, oh, what should I do? Should I do this? Should I do that? And that's why like I volunteered to like call him and try and get us on board. But that's at that time. But like
That was actually
moving on.
his plan. So he's actually really smart. Because I know when I first tried to get his idol out, I tried to play him and like I kind of lied to him. It was one of my low points. I was like, oh, there's some names coming your way tonight, so maybe play your idol kind of thing. And then it backfired on me because at the like it kind of got exposed. And then at the end, he texted me after and he's like, so this is awkward. And I was like, yeah. But he's actually a lot smarter than we think. He just didn't really talk much.
Well, I'm not sure. It is. So he had side note, he had a confessional list first when he found the idol and he said, I'm going to tell everyone. Of course, we all thought that was crazy. He was going to tell everyone. But he actually said, I'm telling them so they all think I'm dumb, but actually I'm going to be a mastermind.
Yeah.
Like do stuff.
Yeah.
But then we didn't really ever see the mastermind come out. So I decided to crop that bit out because I was like, it fits his story more. But he was an interesting character. Oh, we just had someone enter the waiting room called
Surely
Adjudicator.
Brinley.
Do we let them in and just see who they are?
Wait, who is
Yeah,
it?
do it.
Do it. Yeah.
Do it.
Everyone just stare at them.
I'm interested.
Someone's probably, one of you will probably send the link to someone. All right, let's see who it is.
Oh, it's Polly. It's Polly. It's Polly. She said in the
Wait, how do you know?
She said in the chat.
Oh,
Oh.
Hey.
Polly, welcome.
Hello, I'm
The
in the car on
runner
the way
up.
home from work.
Polly and Work, an iconic duo.
Yeah.
Is your name Adjudicator because you were adjudicating a debate through Zoom? Is it through? Was it
Yeah.
for Zoom? Yeah.
I didn't even realize that. Well, yeah, I
We
did.
were like, who is this strange person entering the chat?
Sorry, that would be from when I was a adjudicator for debating.
Ah,
Damn.
Yeah, I have a
Very
few
good.
jobs.
Polly, are you like able to speak, or are you like trying to concentrate on driving? Should I ask you
I'll
a
be
question?
home in like 5 minutes. My mother is driving.
That's right.
So,
Well,
yes.
So we just had a question come through in the chat, and while we've got James here and Anna, let's talk about the incredible first vote. They said, Anna, in the first episode, how hard was the decision of giving Dante the idol and not keeping it for yourself?
It was actually really hard. I think I wrote like a pros and cons list of like, because I didn't know anyone and I was like scared. I didn't know who James was talking to or who anyone was talking to. And then I think I called Jess, and then like when I called her, we had a really good chat. I think we talked for like 3 hours and we're still talking about the pros and cons. But and then we added like Dante and Hannah like into the call, and I actually wanted to get Jacob out first. I wasn't actually going for James at first because I thought Jacob was like.
I wanted Jacob out so bad at the start, and then she told me all the stuff that James was doing, and I was like,
Because when I talked to Hannah, I was like, he's lying. Like, I don't know. She's not
I believed James for like 2 minutes, and then it all came out, and I was like, oh, okay.
And I think the other thing was on the very first night, like I know I'm really shy, and like at first I didn't like talk much, but then as soon everyone's like messaging each other, and I messaged James, and he just kept like leaving me on red, or like I'm like, can we have an alliance? Can we form a group chat? And like, no, kind of thing. So, like,
I couldn't be bothered. I was trying to message everyone. I was just like, everyone vote for Dante. Like, I actually couldn't be bothered. Sorry, Anna.
Can I quickly ask James, what made you go to Dante first?
Yeah, that's interesting.
What made you be like him?
I don't
him.
remember. I just remember thinking he was really smart.
Oh.
And I just wanted him gone.
That turned out well for you, didn't it?
Well, I got everyone to vote for him except for like a few, but
It's actually 4 who voted, like because me and Jess just put Dante, but we're actually like on the
yeah.
James, what was the feeling of getting?
I thought Dante found the idol himself. That's why I was so surprised.
Whole point.
When did you find out that he didn't?
I think just now. I don't know. I didn't watch. I watched the first episode. That was it.
He sent me like a photo halfway through the first episode, being like, "This is too long. I'm bored." I'm like, "This is your episode too."
It was boring. It was an hour long.
The savagery. James, what was the feeling of getting voted out first and so brutally?
It was very brutal. Yeah. You know, in the moment, I was like, "Oh, this sucks," because I was like really hyping myself. I was like, "Yes, I just got everyone to vote for Dante." Like, I just wanted to be the evil mastermind just for one episode and blindside someone. But you know, fair play to Anna and Dante and whoever else was involved. I don't know, but yeah, it was good content. It was very good content.
It was. That was perfect. It couldn't have been more perfect. So thank you for that. Well, speaking of brutal, let's flick back to Polly. So Polly, we obviously you didn't get to see you at the finale yet, but we just watched you at Tribal Council. A really good Tribal Council performance. You got lots of compliments on your speech, but you did get hammered a bit. Actually, both Hugo and Polly got hammered quite a bit. Polly, what was the feeling during that Tribal Council? Were you expecting to be kind of hit as hard as you were?
Give me a second. I'm just walking through the front door. Okay, I made it home. Yeah, I'm a bit confident going to final Tribal Council. I mean, I had a feeling that Hugo was going to win, but I liked my speech. I know I had Anna and Jack on my team. But then once I got into the final Tribal Council, I have to admit I was pretty taken aback by how full on it was. I mean, I've watched the show Survivor, so I knew that people are brutal and honest, which is good, and I was too. I was, from my memory, even though it was however many months ago, I know I was very forthcoming about my thoughts and feelings towards the other players. But yeah, I remember being pretty taken aback at how like argumentative people were and how I think everyone just already had in their minds like who they thought should win. That's just how it came across.
Hello, how are you?
My
What's going on?
I feel like Dante at the moment. My family have infiltrated.
Oh, it's Dante moment.
I feel like you people are a bit weird.
Did they really just call us weird? Oh,
Guys, we did a YouTube series that we just had to do random challenges.
I only sat down with an egg and spoon in my mouth for 7 hours. Like we're pretty normal.
What the fuck? Was it 7 hours?
Yeah.
I still can't believe you did that far out.
Yo, what the fuck?
I think it was.
Would it get like 2.5k views?
This man is brutal.
What a waste of energy. Sorry.
James, I think you should just no.
I'm just going to swap to my laptop if I could be let in on there.
Oh, Polly, I was so confused for a second there. Speaking of challenges, what was everyone's least favorite challenge? What was the worst?
the physical one, like where Laura dressed up in her little suit thingy. Whatever that challenge was, I hated it.
But painful.
The one where you have to find the letters on the photos. Like that.
I was
actually, yeah, no, true.
I went to Excel for that, thank God. But the egg on the spoon was the worst challenge for me. 'Cause I lost that and then I went home. So.
Yeah, the letters on the images, the Taste Aloy one was pretty savage.
I tried to do it after you guys did it, and I literally gave up straight. I didn't find one letter, so I don't know how you guys did it at all.
It was really cruel, Theo. That's all. Like, it was so cruel of you to do that.
No, I had to come in I think 3 times and give clues and have them run through them, which is
I don't believe the letters
to
are
make
there.
it better. But that was. Anyone else horrible challenge moment?
One with the points. Man, I felt ganged up on and I didn't even get that far, but people kept on deducting points even when I was on 0. I'm pretty sure someone tried to
That
have
was
a go
so
at me.
funny. Why weren't they going for other people?
I was so angry. I was
you were on 1 point and people still doing. I didn't get that.
That was a.
Because they were all united. I feel like it was just
a pretty rough challenge choice on my behalf. I can't remember why I would have done that. Maybe because I knew Hugo had the idol. I was like, it doesn't really matter if he loses.
Make it interesting.
That was kind of rough. I think it would have been probably more interesting if you'd actually won that and had the idol. But
also the physical challenge, that Canberra one, that was brutal. Where we had to do the boat and then the plank and the balance. I didn't like that. That was really not fun.
Probably another time I stuffed up, allowing the sisters to swap between the rounds.
Nah, I reckon they were both cheerleaders, so I reckon they probably had it in the bag.
Yeah.
Them for it.
I think the other worst challenge was when we had to do the scavenger hunt. Not because it was hard, but purely because I started to stress out because I think Theo lost the ability to count and it was very stressful. And you just he'd like go off and like count and then come back and you're just like, that doesn't sound right.
Thank God someone else was counting because I was just like, oh yeah, I believe Theo, yeah, whatever. I'm glad someone else brought it up.
Those first few challenges were rough. There was like so many people on the screen. My internet was horrible. I was like trying to add up the stuff really quick, and Jacob was like, "That's not correct." And I'm like, "Ah!" I'm surprised you guys didn't ask me to actually show you the votes for the challenges, because who knows if you actually won, to be honest.
You wouldn't do that, surely not.
All right, let's get into some specific comments. This one goes to Jack, and it was from No Name. Did you ever consider getting rid of bigger players early in the game? Polly and Hugo, e.g. Polly and Hugo.
Sorry, can you repeat that? Was that for me or was that for someone
it was
else?
for
Sorry.
Jack. Did you ever
My bad.
consider getting rid of bigger players earlier in the game, e.g. Polly and Hugo?
I think the only chance I had to get rid of, well, obviously Hugo. It's no lie that there was a bit of tension and I was trying to get him out. I told him that myself. That was the only chance I had to do that was the Josh vote, and I think Josh was just as competitive and scary to me as Hugo was. So I think I did get out help get out big players like Josh and the Americans anyway. So there's just too many. That's about it.
Anna and Jack, you guys debated for a long time between Hugo and Josh for that vote. Do you think it was still a good move to get rid of Josh, or would you have got Hugo at that moment if you could go back?
Yeah, I think we've had this conversation, and Anna said, yeah, we're idiots. Like, why do you convince me kind of thing? Yeah. I don't know why I was so adamant at Josh.
But I also think Josh had a lot more like connections than Hugo did as well. So I think that's why we got Josh out, because he was kind of friends with everyone. Whereas I think Hugo did struggle to like regain his connections maybe a little bit. So I'm not too sure if I really regret it or not. I think at the time I thought.
Surely if Josh made it to the end, he would have received like a few votes for him. I think he was playing a really good game, like super social player.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I wouldn't.
My downfall.
You're just too nice. Kidding.
Oops.
Hugo, this one comes from Ruby Sedawi, and she said, "How do you feel to be one of the most hated players?"
I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Ruby Sedawi said, "How do you feel to be one of the most hated players?"
No, it feels good. The light of my life. No, I always promised myself, because I was such a big Survivor fan, that if I was going to play a season, it sounds dumb, but I would really want to at least play a game good enough to be really liked so that I could come back for like an All-Stars season or something like that. But that kind of just backfired and it turned into, like I had people that liked me and people that hated me, and there was like no in between. But it was okay. Like at the end of the day, it affected me in the beginning, but I just kind of got used to it. But it was fine. Everyone's got their own opinion on players, and I can't be liked by everyone, and that was fine. I'm really happy that like some people did support me, and even that some people didn't. I wouldn't want everyone to be like, go Hugo. And I think there was definitely some players that were underappreciated as well. So they're like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I didn't release the least favorite player poll results, but you were always like one or two least favorite, and also one or two most favorite. So the best of both worlds.
Yeah, exactly.
We just had a comment from Ben Senior who said, "Who does everyone think is most likely to win Real Survivor, and who is most likely to get first voted out?"
I feel like I was a lot. Sorry to interrupt you. So I feel like I was a bit better with like the online aspect, and in Real Survivor, as much as I want to go on it, I feel like I'd be much worse.
Yeah.
But I feel like Josh, you'd go really well. Like the social players of the season would dominate in Real Survivor.
I reckon Josh, because you're living with the people, and I feel like if I wanted to live with anyone here, it would be Josh, because he would have been Like even over like Anna would annoy me more than than Josh. If I was to live with anyone, it would probably be Josh. And that's what you're doing. You're living on an island with people, and you want to be likable because, yeah, I reckon Josh for that reason specifically.
Yeah, I reckon Josh too, to be honest.
So at
Like
the same time, people too likable can also be a threat. So maybe people in between, like the Americans. I'm not saying you guys were mean at all, but like I feel like Josh was really out there with all of his friendships, whilst the Americans, if you got to know them, they were super nice. If that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, like they flew under the radar, kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say I feel like Anna or the Americans, or even Polly, would be like really up there. I reckon. Yeah.
And what about first voter off? Would James be first voter?
Yeah, James, would you have the commitment to?
Well, I don't know. I like to think maybe I'd go a little bit better.
I would vote James off first, to be honest. Gosh, I don't even know you, and I've spent 40 minutes in a Zoom interview with you, and you're kind of annoying. You have no filter. You have no filter, and that's.
Does
if I had a
honestly scare you, Tara?
I disagree with
Tara,
you,
do you
Tara.
have no filter?
Tara, I
Yes,
James,
yes,
because I don't think that's true. James has a filter.
Oh, I just don't know him.
Tara, does honesty scare you?
Did you just say you didn't like him from this one?
No, I just don't know him.
judgmental, Tara. What the fuck?
Sorry.
Maybe you should have a look inwards and think about yourself. You know.
Oh man.
It was only 40 minutes. Maybe you could love me. Maybe I could be your husband. What the fuck?
Could Tara and James be the missing survivor romance?
Jara.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think we need breakout rooms just for Tara and James.
I'm down.
Yeah, why didn't I put them on the same starting drive? Missed opportunity.
Sorry, I just want to say really quickly, Laura and Nick, good job. You guys are making the bed really well. So I just wanted to put that out there. You guys are good at making beds. So
Laura is famous for doing random activities on Zoom survivor calls.
I watched it back, and I just really wanted to make the meals that I was making, but I can't remember what they were. So
Should either be cooking in the bar or
I forgot
doing
about
something
that bar.
better.
That was such a good bar. Oh my god.
SJ just said, did Hugo call Jack names?
Yeah, of course. Of course, I called about everyone here names.
What type of names, Hugo?
I think I exaggerated it a bit.
No, I called. Man, it was.
That was a really big topic of the finale.
And I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, it might look like I'm just sucking up to everyone, but I'm sorry if you guys genuinely took offense to what I said. I'm a very mean person, I guess. I'm an arsehole. When it comes to insulting people or doing stuff like that, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. And I know if it's not with the right people, the way I speak to you is the way all of my friends speak to each other. And I guess that's a problem, learning what to say to some people and then what to say to other people. So I definitely said some rude things about everyone. And I'm really sorry for that. Genuinely, I think you're all really incredible people. And I'm really happy I got to know you all.
Thanks, Hugo.
Yeah, no worries. I think we really connected. I think we really connected through the premiere of the first episode. I just heart to my heart. It was one of the best players. I would have been worried seeing the way you were playing if you got past that first tribal council. You look like a scary player, man. And thank God Anna took you out, man. Because I wouldn't have lasted
very long.
You reckon? James and Hugo kind of played.
Regardless,
I know.
If I got Dante out, everyone would have been like, "What the fuck is up with James? Why did he want to get Dante out so badly?"
I was the one that got through, but I feel like James and I would have played very similar games. It's it can go one of two ways. On a tribe where people are trying to take out the person maybe making some of the calls, James was taken out by Anna. And then I kind of slipped through in a tribe that was maybe more chill. And also the fact that we won the first challenge probably helped with that as well, like solidifying some bonds. But I feel like we would have actually played pretty similar games. Just I managed.
Well, the main reason I went for Dante is like he's smart, but not as smart as like or just from looking at other players in that first episode. I thought Anna was pretty smart, but Dante I just noticed off the bat he had so much charisma. I was like, nah, he's gonna win if I don't like try to do something. So yeah, just guns blazing. I would not have lasted like 3 episodes. That's my pick.
Yeah, Polly's there. I think. Is she? Hello? Yeah.
I'm here.
Well, I think it is funny because even though James was out first vote, technically he kind of set up one of the main stories of the season of Dante being like the biggest target, the biggest underdog. Like he created that. Dante could have been like on top of the game if it wasn't for James in the first episode.
That's why I was making fakes. Like I was getting really upset that other people were finding the idols. I was like, I'm gonna be the one that finds all the idols. So I went and made the fake, hoping Dante would find it. It didn't really work out in the end, but that was the whole reason behind that. Like I was like, how could Dante survive this much? And I already thought he was making such a good like story for himself when it was just like Anna behind the scenes working as a puppet master. Not a puppet master, but you know what I mean.
It's funny
sorry, go on.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say it's funny when Hugo made the danger nullifier, and like at that point like tribes had been swapped, and Laura texted me and she's like, "Oh, I found this danger nullifier," and I was like, I was like, I don't know, do I tell her it's fake? And I was like, because I don't want her to like use it and then like go home or something like that. I was like,
I just remember in the challenge when everyone started finding it.
That was so good.
Oh man.
That was so funny. I kept on looking down just to laugh and like muting my mic.
Legit. I remember watching with the 2 screens and like both tribes find the danger nullifier and you're both kind of like, what is this? Is this part of the challenge? And then everyone's like, it's an idol. And I get messages from like Jess, Jack, like Bridget. Everyone be like, it's mine. I'm like, oh no, what do I say to that? It's fake. So it's danger nullifier. We're going to go for just a few more minutes. So if anyone in the chat has any more questions, I don't want to keep these guys too late, but drop your last minute questions and we'll get to those before we wrap up.
Hey Theo, can I get a hoodie?
I actually have a few left over, so I can give you one. Well, actually, no, not after your brutal insults tonight.
You're not even a fan.
Oh, what?
Why would you want to play this?
No, listen, not watching one episode. No hoodie for you. Sorry, Josh.
I want something to remember my failures.
Is that a yes?
I want to remember my blind side.
I'll send you a photo of the idol that got you sent home.
Oh, please don't. Probably some like weird abstract emoji or something.
Josh, did you have something to say?
I think I established I just asked Polly if she dyed her hair.
Oh.
And I think the answer was yes. Yes. Cool.
2 days ago. So
It's so much longer.
You know who Polly reminds me of? I don't know if you guys know her, but Josephine Langford. Like,
I know
Polly
her.
reminds me so much of her. Like,
And I hate her. I love Josephine Langford.
Why do you hate her?
I don't hate her. I just hate the books. I don't have.
Oh yeah, after very toxic. Let's not go into that, shall we?
Like Sophie Turner, the Game of Thrones actress. A lot of people.
True.
It's just the way that you talk, Polly. Like, you just remind me so much of her. It's ridiculous. Watch one of like her interview videos, and you'll see you're exactly like her.
Oh no. Okay.
A question for Polly. How hard was it to stay under the radar?
Wasn't really trying to really have a game plan going in. I was the last person led on the show, so I didn't really have any big expectations. I just did what I thought was best, you know,
tried to make friendships here and there, but focus on myself. And I guess that's the way it just worked out, that I was under the radar most of the game. But I think it worked pretty well, you know. Coming second isn't bad. I'm pretty happy with that. So, yeah.
I actually had a question, if we could all answer it. I was wondering how everyone like found out about the show, because I found out about it through one of my friends. I had no clue who Theo was, so shout out to Jen if she's here in the live stream.
Jen Smith.
But I wouldn't have even been here if she didn't tell me about it. She knew I was a huge Survivor fan, and that's the only reason I'm even here. But yeah, what about a few other people? Like, how did you?
I kind of like, I was just looking at Instagram and I saw his post and then I was like, oh my God, should I do it or should I not do it? I probably won't get in, but I'll apply. And like, I don't know, I found Theo through his ATAR video. So like, yeah. And then one of my friends like has an internet crush on you. She's like, oh my God, he's like my biggest internet crush, but she didn't want to apply for the show. And so I did, but
All my
yeah.
friends have crushes on Theo, and yeah, it's a problem.
I found Theo through Twitter drama against Amplify, the fucking like YouTuber convention. And so I followed him for a bit and I was a few drinks deep, and that's how I signed up for this.
That's crazy. That's so funny.
For any fans who don't know, Theo and I went to primary school together. So,
Together?
what does that mean? Oh my God. So I went to the pub the other night and Theo's sister was there and her and her friends got my mum drunk.
She was raving about your mum just before I came here. She's like, I love Laura's mum. Tell Laura I love her mum.
Oh my God, it was so funny. I I was also just white girl wasted, and I got like these videos, my brothers were sending them to me, and my mum was just there and she was just like crying, laughing, like couldn't get a word out, and like my mum doesn't drink, so it was so funny. Anyway, Esther and I did get a photo together just to, you know, memorize the moment. You know?
Love that for you. Well done.
I met Theo at Hillsong, and that's how I found out.
One of my best friends actually goes to Hillsong as well. He goes to like the big Sydney, I think it is, convention.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wait, Cambry, how did you find out about this? You're in a different continent. How did you? What?
Yeah, I think I followed Theo like a while ago because my Instagram's so weird. He's like still on my best friends list and I can't get him off. And it also says that he's blocked for whatever reason. But I don't know, it's just like the beginning of quarantine and I was looking at his story and he did the thing and I was like, me and my sister were just really big Survivor fans and we were like, we should totally do it. And we auditioned separately and then somehow got together.
Well, I was like, that's so mean to choose one of them. And I was like, how do I pick? I liked them both. And so I was like, if I put them on a tribe separately, it's just kind of not going to work. So let's put them together. But I feel like, how did you feel about being put together? Would you have preferred to be separate?
Oh no, I definitely liked being like having someone that I could like tell all my secrets to. It was so nice.
I have a question for
sorry.
Theo.
Oh no.
Can I have a question for you.
Sure.
What made you choose like each and every one of us for the show? Like what drew you towards like each person?
Okay, so Laura kind of knew, but not really, but her video was like entertaining. I was like, she's going to be kind of crazy and a bit wild. Like I could just tell she'd be entertaining. Whereas like most videos, the people were kind of chill. Jess, she said like, hi, I'm Jess, I'm a witch. And I was like, chosen. 100% like I have to have the witch on. Tara, you were just like loud and a good speaker and you're like, I'm a school captain. I was like, she seems like she can speak. She could be kind of just like an interesting character. Hannah, I thought like she seems kind of like low self-esteem, low confident in her video. And I was like, tossing up between a few people at one point. I was like, should I go with Hannah? And I thought that could be like a nice, like typical, like she comes in really shy and but then she learns to get confidence and stuff. But then as it turns out, she came in and she was like, I want Jacob out. I want James out. Like she wasn't that at all. And had like a really good application. It was like a video with lots of effort and like a long application. So I was like, okay, she's committed because
You didn't even talk in it.
true. Actually, that was the one downside. But she had like a very long responses, and I was like, okay, she actually wants this. And then with the guys, actually, I had probably like 70 applications total, and with the guys, there was like 13 or something. So I had a very minimal selection. A couple of people were kind of old, and this is so mean actually, no, but they were just kind of old and slightly strange vibes. Like you probably won't mesh with the vibes, so they were. Sorry, they're watching. And so I honestly didn't have that much choice for the guys. So if you sent a decent video, I was going to choose you.
Here by default, sick.
But I still liked everyone. Like James, obviously, I know. I was like, I knew James would try and do something interesting. Hugo was like really cocky, and like I'm a huge Survivor fan, so I liked that. I know Josh, I thought he would be good, and Jack. I don't remember Jack's application, but I think Jack just turned out good too. Yeah. Oh, and Polly, I didn't choose originally, but then someone dropped out like the day before, even though there was only like 3 days between applications and starting. And then so I hit up Polly instead.
Happy with that?
Yes, of course. Okay, so we had a question during the actual live stream. It's like, for anyone that's watched Survivor, or Australian Survivor, any kind of Survivor, who are each of you most like? And maybe the people that have watched it can kind of assign people.
I'm Sean.
Yes. Especially now after coming second.
I don't watch Survivor, so I can't have any
I
input.
don't
here.
remember their names. I don't remember their names. All I remember is Sean. That's pretty much it.
I only know Abby Holmes because it's my friend's cousin.
I'm David without the six pack.
And coming first out rather than first in.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah, no, there's 2 seasons. The first season he played shit. Oh wait, no. When did he go out?
He came
Pretty
I
low.
don't remember.
Yeah, he was very close to making it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, definitely not David, but I don't know.
Like Josh could be the only other person I know is Lockie because Josh is like a bachelor.
Lucky, yeah. I only remember him because he was on the
There's very few similarities though, but besides the bachelor aspect. Okay, this question was not as fun as I expected it to be. I just kind of killed all the vibes. Moving on. All right, so before we go, someone just said do a final free hoodie giveaway for people on the live stream. And so I'm going to ask a question about the season. Actually, Hugo, as the winner, you are going to ask a question. And the first person in the live stream to get their answer will get a Zoom Survivor hoodie.
Ooh.
A lot of responsibility. I might do an easy question, but there's a lot of different answers. So if you had watched the season and you had taken track of everything, you'd be able to like know near immediately, whilst people who kind of didn't pay as much attention might not. So make sure everyone's synced up and is ready to go. But just a completely random question. Who was the 8th person voted out of Zoom Survivor? Just nice and fast.
I've got it. Try to enter it myself.
Yeah, get the hoodie for yourself.
There's actually a 20-second delay, so we have to awkwardly wait 20
We have to
seconds
wait.
to respond.
Oh.
Why was I ready to type?
Claim that hoodie, Jack. Claim that hoodie.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
So far, no responses. They're doing the math.
Go away. Okay, feet.
Okay, was
Family
it a male?
wandering into the room. This is my sister. Go away. I'm not telling you the answer. Come on, man. That's cheating. Wow. The audacity.
She asked the answer. Okay, we've got some responses. Did anyone get it right?
What did they say?
I mean, isn't it Anna? But the fact that Hugo's not saying anything makes me feel like it might not be Anna. Is it not?
Is Anna, isn't it?
It was Anna. You mentioned it before that she was 8.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good tidbit. I think if I'm seeing it correct, the winner was Myra K.
Yeah, it was.
Mayra. All right, Myra K, you are the winner. Slide into my Insta DMs and I'll send you that hoodie. Congratulations. But I think we've been going for just over an hour, so I think it's probably time to wrap up. It's a Sunday evening. I won't keep you any longer. But thank you everyone for watching the live stream and again for watching the whole season of Zoom Survivor. It is all over 8 months. No more me spamming, and to you contestants, no more me tagging you in random stuff on Instagram and flooding your messages.
Thanks, Theo.
You get your life
Yes,
back.
thank you.
Thank you, Theo.
Well done. Theo. Very commendable. A lot of effort.
Thank you. It was, but it was all worth it. For this
What a
moment
wrap
right
up.
here.
We need to, while we're all still here, we still need to organize a real life reunion. All of us
Yeah,
need to catch
thanks.
up.
Well, the borders are opening up soon, so
I have to post it, everyone. So
I mean,
Who's paying for the Americans' flights, but because like Dib's not.
I mean,
sorry.
we can just have them on FaceTime because like I know the international borders aren't opening until like mid 2021.
Yikes.
On
Like
Thursday, me, Jack, Anna, and Hannah are meeting up because they're coming to Sydney.
We're seeing you in
Wait, when?
on Thursday, right?
Thursday. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We'll be in Sydney on Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna end the live, but then this will obviously still be there. But thank you to all the viewers currently watching. Bye. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Okay, it's not live anymore. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for joining.